we are in the midst of our UAT. We have created, actually, we're working from our 2021 goals, immediate, and we'll see we've got a fair amount of tasks here that we've already built. So let's continue on and see if hopefully we don't have quite as much to do this time around. So we've worked our way into roadmap, create a roadmap. We've done that. That's good. We come in. We know that we can delete a record. We know that we can save it. Well, let's look at this. So let's just change our name and make sure that we don't end up like creating a delete or something like, or I'm sorry, a duplicate. So if we do annual goals 2021, save record, it goes back, annual goals 2021, has 8 children, boom. And this is our overall children for each of those. So, which is interesting because here we have 2 time frames plus, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no time frames, no time frames. So I'm not sure what the 8 children are here. So we probably need to look at the child count for a roadmap. So let's go in here and we're going to create a task, and this is going to be child count off for roadmap. And let's see, so we'll save that. So now let's go back to our roadmap. Pretty good up at the roadmap level. So let's play around a little bit here. This is going to be, well, if you look here, annual personal goals has 2 time frames, but notice that it's not actually drilling down, which is probably what we're seeing at the roadmap level. So that probably is okay. It's seeing all of the children, all of the time frame children, which can be sizable. So we may have fixed that one, but then if we look here, go back here. So annual personal goals has 2 children, but it doesn't really. It has more. So really, instead of the roadmap, what we really need to do is time frame count is not recursive. I don't know if we want to do that or not. And then also child time frames is not showing a count. So we don't see how many we've got for those quarters. So let's add a count to child time frames on edit time frames. We've got to be sort of specific here. Immediate task. So child TF on TF edit, no child count. We'll do it like that. And what we're going to see with a lot of these is this is where we're going to take pieces that we've already done, and we're basically going to allow them to trickle down all the way through the application. In this particular case, which works well because we have a parent-child relationship with roadmaps and timeframes and child timeframes. Sometimes that's going to work out. Sometimes it is not, depending on what your application is and as you get into the acceptance testing. But yeah, in my experience, more often than not, you're going to find a lot of stuff that is essentially incomplete. You did it to some extent through your application, but not all the way through. So I think save the record. Again, this is where it'd be nice if I had known. Okay, good. So I've got that. So now we also do want to do, let's see. Does not show child count when deleted. Oh, so it must be at the top. Oh, there's no sort on this. That's interesting. So if we look, what did we do? Description, filter, child time. Yes, there's no sort or anything. So we probably want to have some way to, I think probably just do a default maybe. It's by name. So that's okay. I guess we'll let that go. So that being said, so we've got in our, let's go back to here. Let's go here. Personal goals has 2 children. Let's do first quarter. And we've got a task. If we go to January, we don't have any tasks. So we probably want to look at, we need to find an overall, and this is probably a report we want to run. So report by, if we do report by timeline, because it didn't create so report by timeline, I could come in here and see what is out there, tasks by time frame. But what I really want is if I do task by roadmap, how does that work? So this one, we do group them, I guess, so we could see within it, but we don't go down to the child time frame. So we see first quarter, but we don't really see within that. And let's go verify that. So let's go first quarter. This is annual personal goals, first quarter. Oh, it does have a task. But let's go down into January and create a task of, let's just say, start the year right. Oh, I don't have a typo. And this is going to be new. And let's see if start the year right shows up properly. So now if I go to my report by roadmap, annual goals, and then I'm going to see, I do see it here, but what I probably want to do is show parent on task by roadmap. Or yeah, I think we want to do that. So we have built this currently without a parent. So let's probably add a parent somehow within task by roadmap. I'm not sure how we want to do that, but let's just make it a task. And we'll solve that problem when we get to it. So go here, immediate, create tasks. This is going to be report tasks. Let's see, show time frame parent in task list. This is going to allow us to group things a little bit differently. And so that's going to be new, and we're good. So I think what we want to look at here, at this point, we've sort of walked through some of these pieces. And so what we can do here is we can start actually looking at the remediation side of this. Because what we're going to do is we're going to continue to use this and be working on this, but now we've worked through we've gotten into our roadmaps. We've looked really, nicely at that, looking at essentially all of the buttons that are available. We've been able to create timeframes, save records, delete records. We go down into our timeframes themselves. We've been able to save and delete records, create timeframes, create tasks. And so let's go back up to annual goals. Let's go to immediate. And so let's start with, how do we work this particular list of items that we're working on? And from our point of view, this is not, this is going to be a little different, because we're treating it as a bug tracking. And it's not really intended. The application is more for tasks, but that's okay, because what we're going to do here is we're going to start actually working our tasks. So what I want to do, one, is see what is it that I should be working on. Now that should be home. Now home is active tasks. And what I probably want to do in active tasks, we had this filter by time frame. And so that's actually going to be the first thing I'm going to take a look at, is I want to, in my tasks on home, filter by time frame. And now we've seen this before to some extent with our reports. So what I need to do is, if I go back to tasks, what I need to do is probably either, what I want to do here is I'm going to make it sort of simple. Because I'm going to go into my views, which is list, not tasks. This is my to-do. And what I want to do there is I want to make it with an active time frame. So if I look at to-do, which is, where's to-do? There it is. So it's active tasks. And so now if I looked at active tasks, now here I'm going to need a time frame. Well, I'm actually going to filter by status equals complete. And I'm probably going to need also a time frame, I think is what we called it. So if I look at my tasks model, it is, yes, it is time frame. And then time frame is going to be equal to, I'm going to call it current, and I need to get my current time frame. And I think I had that somewhere in here. Let's just go find out where I put that task by time frame. And I do think I set, so here we go. Did I set, so that's P is going to be, I think, my current user. Let's see, do I set that in the session? Let's go back and take a look at it. Oh, so my current parent is P. And did I have, oh, so session, I've got a roadmap and a parent, so I can do that. So the current session here is the parent. And I'm going to do this. Let's see. So I'm going to take that same thing. And if I look at to do, which was actually, what was that? I actually wanted to look at active tasks. I'm sorry. So if I look at active tasks, what I want to do here is that current is going to be, instead of parent, it's going to be current equals that. And then, let's see. Let's just say current. Now, we're going to start that. Oh, actually, where did I do the session cleanup? Because I think I made it. Let's see what we made it. So let's just do cleanup. Oh, clean session. Oh, there it was. So it's equal to null. So that's right. Oh. Let's take that. We're going to say heading equal to null. There we go. And so it's going to be null. Otherwise, it's going to come in. It's going to try to go by time frame equals current. So now let's see if that actually works. I think this actually was probably going to do that. Null is not defined. Is that not what I called it? None. I'm sorry. Okay. Do that. And now. So now I should see everything. Nope. So time frame is not immediate. So I may not have my parent set up. So let's go try that real quick. So if I go to roadmaps, parent time frame is immediate. So now from here, I've set my parent. And if I go back to my home, it's still not setting it right. So let's take a look. If I come in here, that's active tasks. That is correct. Yep. So let's just print that just in case. Current equals none, time frame. So let's just print. Oh. Let's do print current just to be sure. And so now if I come in here and whoop, oh, I didn't like that. Let's try that again. I think I broke something. Oh, I did. So if I do that, and now I'm going to see that immediate is my parent, but for some reason my time frame is not getting set right. So I want to make sure that I get that set correctly. Current equals, so it's getting the right one. And we're probably, I'm going to go ahead and tackle that next episode because we're actually starting to run a little low on time. So we're going to we're going to work our way into remediation. First thing we're going to do is we're going to start digging into some of the filtering, obviously, of this so we can get our focus on tasks. And then we're going to continue to walk through these. We're going to knock these things out and be updating our tasks So we're going to actually be fixing and doing some of our user acceptance at the same time. That being said, that will wrap it up for this one. So as always, go out there and have yourself a great day, and we will talk to you next time.